Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Ranveer. In this video I'll be sharing how to start journaling so that you can take care of your mental health. All the tips and practices that I'm going to share with you in this video are based on my experience of journaling for 4 to 5 years now. I have been maintaining a lot of them, as you can see. This one is the one that I currently use, and by the end of the video you'll have a clear idea as to what to write in a journal and what not to do when it comes to journaling, as well as the right approach. But before we get started, please hit the subscribe button. I'll wait. Done? Let's get started now. So first, let's understand what journaling is. Journaling is simply the act of putting down everything that's in your head on a piece of paper. It could be your life experiences, it could be your thoughts, it could be your ideas, it could be your feelings. Anything that's in your head goes onto a piece of paper. Now, different people have different approaches to journaling. Some people only write about the good things in their life and the things that they are grateful for in their journal. Others write about their life experiences. But in my opinion, there is more to journaling than just that. So the approach that I recommend, that has worked the best for me, is to think of journaling as a secret partner of yours who isn't going to judge you whether you tell it good things or whether you tell it bad things. Okay, he or she is just there for you, and they are not going to say anything about whatever you are recording or writing in them. So if you feel guilty, write it down in a journal. If you don't like someone, write it down in a journal. Now let's understand what to write in a journal. Okay, so basically before you start writing in a journal, I would suggest that you make bullet points and then you put in what you want to write there. Okay, so let's say today you woke up late like me and you're feeling unproductive. Make a bullet point and write it down. I woke up late and I'm feeling unproductive. Next, let's say you're creating a video and you're feeling good about it. Okay, you're feeling resourceful. I'm creating a video. I made a video today and I feel good about it. I feel creative. Write it down in a journal. Then there could also be some instances where you are uncomfortable with certain things. Once again, you make a bullet point and you write it down. There is this experience which is causing me some discomfort, and you record it in your journal. Now, to take this a step ahead, what you can do is reflection. This is the second step. Okay, now if you are just a beginner and if you're just new to this whole concept of journaling, I wouldn't suggest that you start with reflection right away. You first need to build the habit of writing down in your journal. But if you have a good habit of writing down in your journal, reflection is one thing that you can certainly do. What you can do is you can just reflect on the things that you've written down in your journal and try to understand why is that particular thing happening. Okay, so let's say something is causing you trouble, or let's say you woke up late and you're feeling unproductive. Why is it that you're feeling unproductive? Try to reflect on it. Okay, and I'm sure you'll find some answers, and this is where self-discovery actually kind of happens. Okay, so the second part was about reflection, and before you end your journaling session, list down the 3 things that you're grateful for. Okay, this is a very common practice in journaling, to be grateful. And what this does is it helps you stay focused on the positive aspects of your life, and this really, it's a good way to end journaling on a positive note. So this is the simple process of journaling. So first, you write down your thoughts, ideas and experiences in a journal. Second, you reflect on them. And third, you make a list of things that you're grateful for. Okay, now if you're a beginner, you can skip the second part and just follow the first and the third step. But as you gain more experience, reflection will become a natural habit for you. Now, another question you might have is how frequently you should be journaling. Okay, so there's no fixed number to this, but ideally, if you can journal daily, that's usually very good. But if you cannot do it daily, it's also okay if you journal once a week. The main point is journaling should uh, feel like more of a relaxation exercise and not something that you force yourself into doing. Okay, so ideally once every day, or if it's not possible, once every month should be, sorry, once every week should be a good number to keep in mind. Another thing which a lot of people wonder is about technology. Should you be using technology to or should you be using apps to maintain a journal, or should you just write it in a diary? From my personal experience, I can say a diary does much better than any app or technology. So I would definitely say diary. The problem is with technology, there is a difference first of all between typing something and between writing something. Okay, and somewhere I feel writing helps you feel more relaxed and more calm. But if typing and using technology works for you, you can go for that as well. The main thing is to be consistent. Personally, for me, technology isn't something that I use regularly so much, so I wouldn't prefer to go in that direction. Yeah, and another question that people may have is whether you should buy a separate journal or not. Uh, I think the answer to it is pretty much simple. You don't need to invest in a good journal or something. You can just use a notebook. That's how I have been writing all my journal. Let's say, okay, this might look like a journal. This might look like a journal, but this is just a plain notebook that I had, which I grabbed and I just started penning down my thoughts in them. So yeah, you don't need fancy stuff, fancy notebooks, especially when you're starting out. Once you get into a habit, that's when I would say you go and buy some journals, that too if you want to. But yeah, the most important thing is to get started, then you can think about getting a journal. But I would say both of them work absolutely fine, whether you buy a separate journal or whether you just use a simple notebook for it. I hope this has given you a clear idea of what journaling is and how to start practicing it. If you enjoyed the video, please give a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And thank you for watching the video. Do subscribe and see you soon.